Lillith Runeshade. I have made my way, after long and patient learning, into the shadowed vaults of the shadow market beneath the bones of the city. There is a steadiness to the business that goes on here, a music of whispers and weighed copper, the slow turning of 1,000 small fortunes. The market is no masquerade of light, it is honest in its dimness, and I have learned to read what men will not speak aloud. My aunt, Beatrix Saltmere, whose face is all calculation, has taught me the trade of tokens and writs, of charms stamped upon metal and promises etched in wax. Yet my true hunger lies in the runes she has never let me touch, the forbidden letters that bind deeper bargains. My father, Thorn Runeshade, fell into ruin for tracing the grey sigil. I have sworn that if a true ledger lies hidden beneath our stairs, it shall not gather dust while I remain a pen in another hand. I desire my own store, my own voice, and the means to stand without the shaming memory of his debt. The desire sits with me as a living thing, resolute and quiet. One grey morning, before the oil lamps were trimmed, heavy footsteps jarred the market quiet. An inspector from the Hall of Accounts, Haviland Thorn, arrived with the chill efficiency of the law. His face, sharp and pale, seemed to bring with it the draught of a colder world. He spoke of transgressions, of seals broken, and of a ledger, my father's, that must be surrendered. My aunt's eyes flickered with fear. In the hush that followed, he reached for a rune binder on my shelf, and the charm recoiled with a thin, pained tone. He stepped back, his mouth tightening. Then he named his terms. The ledger, or my store seized the disruption, forced me as one at a gate that will not hold forever. I ran with one thought only, the night would have me. I fled through fog and alley with nothing but my cloak and my rune pen, bent upon finding the ledger before the inspector's fist closed around it. The market, when pursued, becomes a warren of narrow ways and sharper intentions. A rival merchant, Giselle Nightbloom, who has always flouted order for beauty's sake, sent word by way of a broker called Marrow. She would take the ledger if I did not. A strange clerk named Morgrim the clockmender found me where the tiles are loose and offered his aid, whispering of a vault beneath the Hall of Liars where the ledger was rumoured to rest. I went to it with a single lamp and a steady breath. To reach the vault, I traded a personal charm, a ring given me by my father, to Edgar Coyle, who deals in cursed objects and cares nothing for honesty, only for advantage. My heart turned within me, but the ledger was close. I could not falter. At the archway, the guardian serpent stirred. I traced the Vith sigil upon iron and salt, as I had practiced on the backs of my eyes in private. The serpents fell back, for a breath or two. Then the vault door split, and an older seal rose within, word my father had taught he to fear, Gnosis. The pursuit had brought me to the very place where his ruin had waited. I went in, and the weight of my own choices pressed upon me. In the vault's heart, the ledger lay like a black sun folded into pages. It was bound in vellum that breathed, and the metal clasp carried the mark of the grey sigil. My sister Opal, who had come with the inlaid faint upon my shoulder, stirred with a sudden fever. She had not come out of fear for me, but out of love. She knew the ledger's chill, and still she had followed. My inner conflict rose with the lamp's flame. To open the ledger would bind me, perhaps restore my fortune and set me free of my aunt's reign. To refuse would leave Opal weak and my name unchanged, the market unchanged, my dreams a stall of a few dull months. The choice that had looked bold in the solitary hours looked grim in truth. I stood on the threshold of my own nature and saw with unsoftened eyes the cost that had long been gathering. My will set its teeth. I would not bargain with the corrupted letter. Whatever consequences followed, I would meet them as my own. I set the lamp aside, and with the steady hand my father once praised in me, I traced a syllable not of binding but of unravelling across the clasp of the ledger, then another upon the page edges. The black letters writhed as if feeling the stroke of release. The vault shuddered, the market above felt it. Inspector Thorn arrived with 2 constables, breath sharp, eyes bright with law's hunger. He spoke of law, of the city's order, and demanded I step back. My resolve did not waver. I pressed the final letter into the binding, and the ledger fell open. The sigil fell like ash upon its own grave. The vault shook, the serpents curled back into stone, and the chill that had haunted me left me with a clean pain in my eyes. The grey sigil was dead. Opal gasped and opened the eyes. A new steadiness entered the face as if some cruel pressure had been lifted. The inspector, finding no binding left to claim, was forced to witness a truth he would not have believed, order not of the law, but of balance restored. The market whispered my name, not with fear, but with quiet respect. The shadow market is altered, though it still keeps its hush and its dimness. The letter sellers who once bowed to the grey sigil are cast down, and the brokers' pens write smaller sums with larger honesty. I have my stall now, a modest place near the catacomb stairs, where I sell charms for gentle remedies and write tokens that keep their promises without cruelty. My eyes are dimmer than they were, and my sight does not range as once it did. Yet I see what I need to see, and I hold no longer the false fear that kept me child. My sister Opal works beside me, her strength returned, her laughter a small lamp in the gloom. Inspector Thorne has put his hand to a new order, and the Hall of Accounts speaks less often in threats and more in ledgers that balance. I do not regret the ledger's ruin. I remember it as one remembers a storm that passed. I have learned that freedom is not a grand claim, but a daily craft. To speak fair, to bind gently, to keep my word, and to stand with a calm heart beneath whatever sky the city offers. The new normal is mine, and I am the one who keeps it.